wanted to meet with you about my concern with the number of students that are struggling in reading in several grade levels behind on my campus. Why do you think this is?
Well, good morning. I'm glad you came to me about this concern. Well, first of all, you are in a low economic school that has a high population of ESL, bilingual, and economically disadvantaged students. Your school has a hard population already.
Okay, I noticed that we are under-identified with our dyslexic population. When looking at all the numbers, I saw that we have only just a few sprinkled through the grade levels. With the current dyslexic research showing that 1 in 5 students have dyslexia, our campus is very under-identified.
Well, that's really good that you realize that, and that there are so many that are unidentified students on your campus. There's a lot of kids that are bilingual that are unidentified too. We don't have very many bilingual dyslexia students either.
I didn't think about that, so I need to also take that into consideration. And I saw that that early detection is key with dyslexia identification. I was wondering if we could discuss our current testing policy. Students are screened in first grade using our MAPS data. 3 sections of the test scores are considered when looking at the student: reading fluency, phonics, and teacher input. I think that listening comprehension would be a great component to add in. Dyslexic students have a great ability to think outside of the box and get the big picture. If the students have a high listening comprehension but are severely low in other areas, an unexpectedness is shown. For our first grade students, can we consider adding in this component for the screening process to hopefully help more students find success in reading?
Well, you know what? You really do bring up some very valid points. You're very right about that unexpectedness. That's very important to consider. We need to think about changing the protocol for first grade students so that we can match what the research on dyslexia shows to what we're seeing with our students.
I wanted to show you a checklist that I've made that can assist teachers in helping determine if students need more specific help in reading and where that specific help would be. After first grade, the only policy we have for our district for referring students for testing is parent request and teacher request. The problem is, teacher request is followed by almost a year's worth of documentation and Tier 3 intervention, even if it's not working during this entire time. I was going to see if we could also implement the Shaywitz Dyslexia Screener to be given to struggling students at all grade levels from K through 3. The reason for me suggesting this screener is it's research-based and it's a quick assessment that can be given by teachers with immediate results.
Well, you know what? That does sound like a really good test that we should look into, the Shaywitz, because if it does give those immediate results, that will be very beneficial for our students when we screen them. Let me look into this and just see what our district is allowed to purchase, because I really do like your idea.
Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to my concerns. Before I go, I wanted to leave you with this thought to ponder on. The most recent data is showing that the achievement gap is already present in first grade students. The goal is to start to close the achievement gap at an early age. How do we do this? My suggestion would be to implement a screener for kindergarten and first grade so those who are at risk can be further evaluated, be identified for dyslexia, and receive early intervention before ever even getting to second grade.
You have some really good input, and I'm really glad that you came and visited me about this. I'm going to make sure that I share this with my dyslexia department and see what else we can do to better assist our students.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Break.